Yes, we
And I
we got
think,
yeah. We do. We have one team that's still remaining playing in Waco, and that's the MCC Highlanders that are playing at 1 o'clock on Friday. I'm gonna say on tomorrow on Friday they're playing at 1 o'clock, playing against Eastern Arizona College. And folks, I have the head coach of the MCC women's basketball team, Coach Candace Thomas, is joining in with us to talk a little bit about this. Coach, what's going on?
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Coach, you guys have made the flight/road trip out here to Wyoming to take on Eastern Arizona College tomorrow. First of all, Coach, we all want to say congratulations on winning the regional tournament last week. An historic moment for MCC's program, for the women's basketball team to be able to come out with a victory in that tournament instead of just competing in the tournament and the year that it was at MCC. So I feel like that made it a little more special. Talk a little bit about that victory a couple weeks ago.
It was special. I think, for the team, and something that we have preached all year long was to win our conference and then to win the regional tournament. And it made it, like you said, even, more special that it was on our home floor. And I thought we did a really, really good job in that tournament. So we were super excited to be hosting it. And I think we took care of business.
No, definitely. You guys took care of business doing that. Coach, your first two seasons have been great so far here at MCC. 25 wins last year, 28 wins this year. But you've paid your dues up here at MCC, and you've worked your way through the ranks. Just talk about that experience of being able to sit one seat over for a few years and then finally moving over to that head coach's seat, and how that was able to really propel you and get you ready for these moments like you guys are in right now.
It did. As the assistant coach for 9 years, I got a chance to work for 8 years under Coach Rose, and then obviously, for a year under Coach Brock. And for me, it was really just being a sponge and soaking up and learning as much as I could, so that if the opportunity presented itself, that I would make sure that I was ready. And so, God blessed me with this opportunity, and I'm super grateful for it. And this is what I envisioned when I took over this program. Like, I kid you not, this is what I wanted. This is the vision I seen for MCC women's basketball. And my mindset always was, why not Mclennan? It's a great place, and I just thought that if we could get the right type of people, the right type of talent, the type of recruits into this program, that we could do some really special things. And that's kind of literally what we're doing now.
Coach Thomas, this is Rocky Miller. You coach my daughter, Riel, while
Yes.
at MCC. She always, you are one of her favorite coaches. She always knew you had the goods as far as in coaching, and I'm not surprised, and neither is she, on the success you're having as a head coach. But this is what I wanted to ask you about, Coach. Coach, I mentioned to you, my youngest daughter goes to Prairie View now. And so I mentioned to some people about the success you're having and your former alumni, and I didn't realize that you had been inducted to the Prairie View Hall of Fame. They were I'm telling them about you, and they're telling me about you. So can you tell us about that experience? That completely went over the radar. I didn't pick that up on any outlets or anything like that. Can you tell us about that? And when you were inducted and what that was like?
So let me say this, because a lot of people have been asking me about that. It was the team that I was on. So the 2006 championship team that won the first women's championship at Prairie View got inducted into the Hall of Fame in November. And so I was one of the players on that team. And so we all, showed up, went to Houston, and they celebrated and inducted us into the Hall of Fame. And it was super special. Like, it was, that's what college is about, about making history, being part of history. And for them to celebrate us with, I had about 7, 8 teammates that we all showed up. And it was really, really good. Like, it was special. And we were the first team ever in PV women's history to win the SWAC championship. So that it wasn't just me. People say that's in the works and it's to be coming. But as a team, that it was the team I was on.
Well, knowing something about championship teams, right? What is special about this team, and why were they able to win the conference championship in just your second year as head coach?
Uh, Rocky, I think honestly, one, they're talented. Like this group of players are talented. But something that we picked up on this summer when we had them in June is they are competitive. Like, I mean, they didn't even know each other, and we're doing drills, and they trying to beat, like, whoop on each other. They don't even know each other, And it was just something in June that they did that it just stood out. They were competitive and they held each other accountable, and and I have, I mean, 10 freshmen where they were truly holding each other accountable, and I really think that is the difference with this team. Like, people keep asking, and I'm just like, obviously they have bought into our system. They believe like never before, but they are super competitive. Like 1 through 14, they are competitors. So I think that's been the difference.
Yeah.
Hey, Candace, this is Wayne Walker, and I kind of high school ref some of your games when you were in high school, and I want to tell you it's not a surprise that I see you in this position because when you were in high school, you were a leader, a floor leader. So now I see you being the leader of your team, and do you still kind of get out there with them, and do you still have that little competitive edge to kind of get out there with the girls and compete with them?
I do. I have not with this group. And I said, like, the older I get, like, the better they get, And so I'm like, I'm too competitive to let them show me up. So, I pick my battles. I pick them wisely. But
Right,
I'll get out there and have some shooting competitions with them. They always talking noise, so I got to get out there every now and then and show them who I am. But then that also, seriously, like that, when they see me doing things, it makes them
yeah,
believe in our vision even more and what we're preaching and what we're telling them. And so it was one day, like we had a game and it was shoot around. And I got out there and I didn't do nothing fancy. I wasn't moving extremely fast, but I was
right,
being productive. And so they was
right.
just like, "Ooh, Coach C," like that. That's what they was doing. And so now we have this little running joke where if I'm trying to explain something to them, I'm like, "Remember when I did this to y'all? Remember when I
Right,
did that?"
right,
Like
right,
that's what I'm talking.
right,
And
right,
so when I say that, they like, okay, that's what you mean about hoop. Like that's what you want us to do. Like, yes, go out there and hoop. Like,
right. Yeah. So you're gonna always have that from players, believe me. So, but
yeah.
just keep it toned down a little bit and just get out there and shoot with them every now and then and show them a little bit
Right.
or something.
Hey, they got
Yeah.
they got two coaches that can hoop. Her and Coach Smith. That's the
Right.
assistant coach, can hoop too. So
Okay.
hey, they got to
Yeah.
keep it light, or both coaches might get out there and show them a little something. Coach, you guys have been out there for almost about a week now, out there in Wyoming. What's it like out there? Are the players enjoying it? They get to travel. Probably the furthest y'all have traveled all the way up to
Yes.
Wyoming. Do they got a McDonald's out there? Is it just y'all walking around out there? Like
Y'all got to hunt for your own food?
I know it's still cold. I can tell you that.
It's nice. It really is. This is coming to Casper, Wyoming was one of our goals for the season, and they are truly enjoying it. We got out here early, so we made it Sunday night, and we don't play until tomorrow. But we've been out here and we've just been practicing. We've been watching other teams play. Obviously, we've been on the road eating a lot. And they got a bunch of different restaurants that we've been going to and things like that. But this group they're really a joy and fun to be around. So we've been joking and playing and just having a good time while trying to, be focused, but at the same time, not putting any extra pressure on ourselves, but just trying to enjoy this moment collectively together. And I think that's kind of what we've been trying to do.
Coach Thomas, last week you guys had three really, what I would consider really difficult games in order to win the conference championship. To me, you guys played great, but it seems like y'all were banged up toward the end of you had some injuries toward the end of the, during the championship game. How are those players and what's the status of your team health-wise currently?
They're doing much better. They're doing a lot better. I think this little layoff has given us an opportunity to get healthy, to get treatment, to rest. most importantly. And so the ones that were banged up, they're doing fine. We've been practicing every day since we've been here, and nobody has been limited in practice and things like that. At the same time, trying to be productive, but trying to be smart and not go, too hard to where anybody get, injured and things like that. So we're feeling good coming into the game on tomorrow.
Well, I'll say this, Candace. There's nobody else from Waco at the college level still playing basketball. You're the only game in town. The whole city's behind you.
Yeah.
And I can't wait
Thank
till you
y'all.
guys play your first game and get a victory and ultimately win the championship.
Coach, I want
Well,
to ask about.
Thank you.
I want to ask a little bit about Jalea Ingram, your point guard, one of the leaders on your team. First off, she was a little bit banged up in the conference on the regional tournament, so I wanted to ask how is she doing health-wise, and then I wanted to just ask you to talk a little bit about the leadership she's displayed throughout this year. Like I said, one of the few returning players you had coming in from last year's team, and she really stepped up huge for you guys, and I mean especially in that championship game against one of the top-ranked teams in New Mexico Junior College. So first, how was she doing with her injury, and then just talk a little bit about the leadership she displayed this year.
She's actually doing good. She's doing good. We have one of our trainers here travel with us, and so she's been getting a little bit extra treatment and things like that. We've been practicing every day, so she's been out there at the same time trying to be smart, in how we're doing things. But as far as her leadership, I mean, it's been phenomenal. I mean, that kid, I think she's one of the ones that I've been on the most since she's been here. She has taken over, the leadership role, the captain role. She's leading us in scoring. Something that I have always been on her about is being a vocal leader. She has gotten better in that area, but in that regional tournament, I mean, she just led by her actions. And I think her teammates seen that, and sometimes it's like, I don't have to say nothing, I'm gonna show you. And so I thought she did just that. And so, although we battle and, I try to get her to be more vocal, I thought, we couldn't have asked for any better leadership in the sense of, I'm going to show you guys how bad I want to win. And she done that.
Yeah, I think she did a phenomenal job, and honestly, a coming out party to a lot of people if they weren't familiar with her game in that regional tournament. She put together some phenomenal games as well. Coach, we've been able to watch you guys all year long. For those that are going to see you for the first time in this game against Eastern Arizona, what can they expect to see out of an MCC team that's coming in fresh off a regional tournament victory, going into the national tournament, hungry to get some more wins? What can they expect to see out of this MCC team?
I think a team that's hungry, a team that's on a mission, a team that's, excited and grateful for this opportunity. But for the most part, getting out there and competing, playing together, playing on both ends of the floor, and girls that love the game, that's going to, get out there and compete together, play together, and have fun. Like that's the biggest thing. And that's what I try to preach to them while we're in this moment. Enjoy this process, enjoy it, because it's hard to be one of the top 24 teams in the country to experience this. And so just staying present in this moment, and then being ready when, the opportunity presents itself. So I think, once you see us play, that you're going to see just a bunch of kids that love the game, that's going to compete, and play together.
Yeah, Coach. Well, we're all rooting for you here on Centex Primetime. We're rooting for you here in the whole city. Honestly, you got the city behind you, rooting for this team as you guys get ready to play at 1:00. We'll all be tuned in. We'll probably all be in different places, but we'll all be tuned in to catch you guys and watch you guys compete in this national tournament. We appreciate you coming on here with us, Coach, and taking time out your schedule. I know you guys have been busy all week long and trying to keep the team engaged and focused for this game tomorrow. So appreciate your time checking in with us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank y'all so much for having me. And I appreciate all the support. And thank y'all for tuning in.
Oh, no problem. No problem, Coach. Well, that is Coach Candace Thomas, the head coach of MCC basketball. Coach, we're rooting for you, and we will see you guys on tomorrow.
All right. Thank y'all so much.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Folks, like I said, that was the head coach of MCC basketball, Mclennan Community College, right here in Waco, Texas. As Rocky alluded to, the last team playing